Hey guys, my name is Loveless, and this time we're doing another fan fiction. Okay, so just like I promised, there was going to be an angsty Bakugo and an angsty Deku. So let's start off with the angsty Deku, which this one is called Drowning, and it's short. So I'm very happy that it's short because these long ass chapters be a killer. I swear. But like they good. They real good, but it still like takes forever. So let's get straight onto it. He was hyperventilating again. The air just wouldn't go in. What managed to slip through wasn't enough. Wasn't nearly enough. Just managed to scramble into his door before his knees gave out. Izuku slammed the door and let his body slide down. He couldn't breathe. He couldn't think. He couldn't move. He was frozen, paralyzed. He was drowning. Drowning in his own head, in his own thoughts. Flashes of his classmates came and went, their smiling faces and carefree laughter, while he was off in the corner watching through a window. Villain attacks that he was completely useless in. He couldn't help Aizawa. He couldn't save Katsuki. He was useless. He was unwanted. He couldn't do this anymore. He didn't want to. This feeling, this debilitating sensation that rocked him to his core, it just didn't go away. He could try to hide it with a smile and high hopes, but he knew, he felt it. It was always there, like some sort of parasite. No matter how hard he tried, how happy he appeared to others on the outside, he couldn't convince himself. Outsiders were the easy part. They didn't even question him. They didn't spare a glance at the winces when someone grabbed his wrist a bit too hard. They didn't notice the food he never seemed to eat at dinner. They couldn't see the lie in his laughter. They didn't know, and that's how he wanted it. He didn't want their pity. He didn't want their sympathy. That was the last thing that he needed at the moment. He didn't want to burden them with his complete uselessness and shitty personality. It wasn't something any of them needed to deal with. They had lives and struggles of their own. What made his any more important? He stayed against the door, trying to get a decent amount of air into his lungs. He was panicking again, and he didn't even know why. It just flared up, and it took everything in him to hold it together until he at least made it to this floor. He was pathetic. He was weak. He was a liability. He was taking in breaths now, anything to try to get air in. It just wasn't working. It was like he was caught in a riptide, like he was fighting against the wave of his mind. He couldn't fight against them. They were slowly dragging him further and further, until he couldn't see the light anymore. It wasn't a new feeling to him. It had to have been happening at least once a day for weeks, months. He couldn't take it anymore. He couldn't. He wasn't strong enough. He never had been. Katsuki was right, all those years ago. He should have just taken a swan dive off the roof. He wouldn't be here right now, suffering all over again. All over again. For what? Some silly dream of helping people? Saving them? He wasn't a hero. He was a weak, scared little boy. A boy that was drowning. Fighting against the current. But what was the point? He couldn't win. He never had a chance. He should just give up. Let it drag him down. Maybe things would get better that way. Maybe his friends would be happier. His mom would worry less all the time. It's better for everyone if he just kept drowning. Damn. That is some deep depression right there. Damn. But yeah, oof. I've been in this mood before. Damn. Woo. That's all I can say. It's really good. It really hits home. A little too close to home. Like, damn. But if you want to see more of this, that's hitting a little too close to home for me, probably you too, do at your own peril. You know what to do.